Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the MIH. This is For Sport TV. My name is SALUSA, and it's a pleasure to have you back with us one more time. Today, I have with me a young man. I'm going to call him a young man because together we've had years together. Who's without his support, you probably would not see me here on TV. All right. And 1990, when you first came back to Palm Beach, right?
Yes.
This is Richard Ryles, former commissioner for the city of West Palm Beach, and candidate for the commission seat, Palm Beach County Commission seat number 7, District number 7.
Yes.
Richard and I goes back to 1990 to be exact. My mom moved to West Palm in 1988. But in 1990, I wanted to bring my radio show from Miami to here. And I said, you know what, let me go ahead and venture into, I went into 1340, found an airtime, and the airtime was Saturday and Sunday morning from 9 until 12. And the very first place I went to, I walked on 25th, because I lived on 30th and Broadway at the time. And I walked on 25th and I saw this sign that says, you know, it was Richard Ryles Esquire, and that's what it was. And I said, you know, that's the word Esquire means he's a lawyer. Let me walk in there and see, hey, maybe he needs my assistant. The Haitian community was not as big as it is today. As small as it was back then, I walked into his office and had a pitch and said, I would like to have your support. And without any hesitation, he said, how much do you need? And I remember that conversation as if it was yesterday. And I said, $300 will do. Believe me, advertising at the time was only $300. And he says, here's a check. And that was my first customer, and still is. No one else can beat that first customer. That first customer is always there. So today we're going to be talking about the Haitian community, the growth of the Haitian community, how Richard A. Ryles have helped that Haitian community to move forward to where it is today. And if it was up to him, it probably would be much further. Richard, how are you today, sir?
I'm doing very well. And yourself?
Wonderful. Thank you for being on the MIH. We're here to make it happen, and it is my job to make sure that the people out there can hear what you have to say so that we can make it happen. And the next time that we have a conversation like this, it's going to be, I'm talking to Commissioner Richard Ryles.
Absolutely.
1990. What brings you back to Palm Beach County?
I was born and raised here, and there's no place like home.
Okay.
And so I came back after getting my law degree at Howard University, and I had a job working at a commercial law firm, and then I decided to open my own shingle when you met me.
Okay. You had a political background. Although you had a political background working
Right.
for, who did you work for before?
In law school, I worked for both Marion Barry in Washington, D.C., and I interned with Coleman Young in Detroit.
Okay.
So I got to see two
of the top of their time, the very best in politics.
Right.
If you want black politics, and at the time that they were there,
right.
We're talking about the early '80s.
Right.
These guys were making is it money move? No, they were making community moves.
Right.
They were
Exactly.
making moves for the community.
Yep.
So, and you learned a lot from these guys.
You know, one of the things I did learn, especially in D.C., is that Coleman Young was very big on getting and starting businesses.
Mm-hmm.
Right now here in Palm Beach County, we don't have a black law firm, whether it be Haitian, whether it be African American, Jamaican, whatever. We don't have a black law firm with over 3 black lawyers in it.
That's what I was going to ask you. When you say we don't have a black law firm, does that mean we have not been able to put ourselves together, and because we've got black lawyers?
Have not, but in the late '80s, Coleman Young supported Lewis, White and Clay, which had offices in Cleveland, Atlanta, D.C., Detroit, and Chicago, and they had over 110 lawyers. And so that, for me, was the standard by which I judged politics and whether or not a politician is actually benefiting the community.
The community as a whole.
Yeah.
You have always made it a point to work with the community, whether it was the Haitian community, the Jamaican community, the Hispanic community. You've also made it a point for you to work with children, helping teams to put uniforms on their back, whether it was my team or someone else's team. Let's go back to the Haitian community. Haitian Center for Family Services.
Right.
At the time when you were helping out, we had reached a total of 5 different centers.
Right.
Within the community. There was the Haitian Center on Belvedere, which moved over to Australian.
Right.
There's the Haitian Center in Lake Worth,
Mm-hmm.
all right, and there were 2 in Delray.
Right.
And all of these centers, these were centers where the Haitian community could go to, and on any given day, and say, hey, I'm new to the country, I need help for immigration, I need help with housing, I need help with my children going to school. Whatever they needed help with, we had it. And we even had aftercare before the term aftercare
Right.
existed.
Right.
We had buses that were busing our children from school to there. And we had social workers working at these centers.
Yep.
And somehow in 2004, or was it 2002?
About 2002.
2002 to 2004, all of that just went boom,
Right.
down spiral, because there was some. But explain to me, how did you come to working with the Haitian centers in Palm Beach County?
Well, when I got back from law school, I mean, to be honest with you, before I left Palm Beach County in 1980 on a football scholarship.
Okay.
And I didn't really return for more than a week or so until 1990. So I was gone for 10 years. And so before 1990, I had never met a Haitian person.
Which is what happened to most of us when we go to college.
Right.
We don't really come home. We come home, but it's very superficial.
Right.
Hey ma, how you doing?
Right.
What did you cook? You know, I hear my dirty clothes, and boom, I'm out. So love you, ma. See you next time.
And so when I came back, I saw African Americans not being kind to other black people. And the I guess the reason was because they were new immigrants and they didn't necessarily speak English, and that bothered me because I don't see how one black person has the right to mistreat another black person when we are under the same oppression.
My father taught me a lesson, and it was early on that he taught me a lesson. He says, if you see an African American mistreating a Haitian, that African American is not African American. They are from another country. They are the old immigrant trying to be an American. That's why they're acting like that. And that was so true.
Right.
And I thought, oh, Dad, what are you talking about? But in reality, he says, my dad says, if you want to see a true African American, you want to ask the person, where are you from? When they say they're from Georgia,
Right.
they're from Virginia, they're from North Carolina, they are the true African American, and they act completely differently.
Right.
And that was the truth. The ones who were discriminating against us at that time, if you go inside their homes, you will find that they were not the true African Americans. You will find that they might have been one generation away, but if you talk to grandma was from the Bahamas or Jamaica. They just happened to speak English before we spoke English,
Right.
so they're trying to pass us.
I think it's a little bit more complex than that. I think that the mistreatment of Haitians by African Americans born out of ignorance, not knowing the Haitian Revolution story, not knowing their history.
There you go again. Go ahead, sir.
Not knowing
teach yourself.
Not knowing truly where they are from, not realizing that the slave ship stopped in Haiti and also came to Charleston, South Carolina, and dropped most of us off. Not knowing that we're all from the same tribes, whether it be from the countries of which are now Ghana or Congo, Cote d'Ivoire, you name it. And so we are really the same people, but I guess like the Bible talks in Genesis about the Tower of Babel, and it took away the fact that we all spoke one tongue and gave us many tongues as a curse. And so the fact that we don't speak the same language has been the dividing factor. And I thought that was kind of silly, and I thought that it was ignorant. And so I chose to immerse myself in Haitian culture and in the Haitian community. I became vice president of the Haitian American Community Center. And we, at that time, because there was a lot of turmoil in Haiti, it was just right after Aristide came to power, and then after he got removed and Cedras was in power, we were doing a lot of asylum applications and helping
with immigration issues.
Right.
And you were doing a lot of the pro bono work and making sure that the people who work with the immigrations were understood how to go by getting things done.
And we were providing safe houses for people that were coming ashore. We were providing them clothes, housing, food. You know, those are the kind of things that the Haitian American Community Center was doing back in the 90s.
And some of your work is still ingrained in local organizations, like people like Reggie,
right,
for example,
right,
moved from the Haitian Center, but moved into For the Children, where
right,
she's working have been working with children since the late 1990s up until today.
Right. Yeah. In fact, Reggie, when the Haitian Center closed, I hired her to become my legal secretary, and she worked for me for 5 years. Mm-hmm. And then she went on and she had this passion for children and helping the Haitian community, and she created For the Children, which has really blossomed, and I'm so proud of her.
Looking today where we don't have Haitian centers to welcome the 300,000 newcomers, the hundreds and hundred thousands that came before that, the last 24 years. What would you say that the Haitian community will have to do in order to get to the point where we can bring back these centers again? Because the services are still needed. Leadership
that cares, leadership that understands the needs. I went to a Haitian church Sunday, and I told the congregation, I just sat through 2 hours of a Haitian service, and I didn't understand a word because I don't speak Creole. And now that makes me better understand when they go down to the county, or they go to the supervisor of elections, or they go to the tax collector's office, and none of the signs are in Creole. I know how frustrating that must be.
Especially when the laws were already in the books since the 1990s to have everything translated in Creole in this county, right, as well as throughout the state of Florida. Absolutely. A lot of people don't know that. Like this morning, I was talking to this guy named Will in the Chillingsworth area, and he was saying, you know something? A lot of us are victims of lack of knowledge. Right. He says, did you know that, if we have issues in our community, that the city happens to have the 561-8222222? Mm-hmm. And I said, no, I never knew about the right, 8222222. Mm-hmm. And he called right in front of me. Mm-hmm. He said, I'm going to show you something. He called the number. When he called the number, and he says, hey, guess what? We happen to have a street light right here. Mm-hmm. And this street light is supposed to keep the community lit. But there are 2 trees that's blocking it. So therefore, that light is being turned on every night, but it's not lighting anything, and it's causing darkness in front of my house and in front of the neighbor next to me. And the purpose that it was there for is, the guy says, where's the tree? And understand that the city worker was trying to find out. We said the tree was between the street and the sidewalk, and he says, well, that means that tree is city tree, and it needs to be trimmed. He says, I will get on it as soon as possible. Mm-hmm. Just as simple as that. Little things that we don't know that we're capable of doing. The Haitian community have been getting services from left, from right, when in fact that we a lot of the money that's being allocated for the Haitian community is going over to other organizations. The county commissioners recognize that there is a Haitian community. They recognize the need of the Haitian community, but they have not gone out of their way to say, hey, let's create organizations that would bring that service to them in their languages as we used to have it, because this is not the first time. It's in the book. They've had it before. The money used to come from the county. When Richard Ryles becomes county commissioner. How can we expect, and what can we expect Richard Ryles to work on?
Well, what I would want to do is to work in partnership with the Haitian community. I don't believe that as a leader, well, first of all, as a leader, I'm a servant. I'm an employee of the people. I'm not the employer.
Okay.
And so it makes no sense for me to tell the Haitian community what they need. The Haitian community tells me what they need, and then I try and make sure that they get what they need.
Let me take a few steps back.
Go.
The Haitian community have been telling you, they've been telling everybody else, and because they know that how much you have worked before and in the past to make sure that they've got it. They've been telling you, hey, Commissioner Ryles, this is what we need.
Right.
And you said this is the route that we. What route can we expect Commissioner Ryles to go if the Haitian community comes to you? As I was talking about the 222.
Okay, right.
You know, if we bring that issue to your table and say, hey, you know, we think this is necessary. What will Commissioner Ryles do from his?
Well, day one, I am establishing a elders table or a group of leaders from the Haitian community to number one, tell me what the needs are. And then number two, I think that the power of the seat of the county commission is in the voice. Not only for building support in the Haitian community for the efforts that you're talking about, because a lot of the things that the Haitian community needs aren't necessarily government needs, but they are things that the private sector can help with. And so whenever they're building one of these big tall skyscrapers, some of that money needs to come back to help the Haitian community if it's going to impact the Haitian community by living here as residents. Far too often we give the developers a pass and allow them to build and continue to build, and we don't see any benefit from it. So I would be looking at the Haitian community, one, to tell me the need, and then two, for us to work cooperatively to try and put together the dollars or put together the program, both from the private and the public sector.
Now, let's bypass the Haitian community. The community at large, the black community, the Hispanic community, the Haitian community, the Jamaican community, the Trinidadian community, you name it. Communities in Palm Beach County are still suffering when it comes to businesses. They're opening up businesses, and these businesses are not true businesses. They're businesses where people go to work, get their paycheck, and come back and pay the bills of the business. How can the county assist some of these people who are interested in opening up their businesses to make sure that they stay in business and help the county to flourish, because there's tax dollars that would be coming back to the county?
That's a systemic problem. And that's a problem that has been in existence probably for the last 50 years. But unfortunately, in my opinion, the people who have the most ability to create programs that would impact financially and the money coming into our communities and helping businesses survive and thrive look like us. And leadership has been unwilling to call them to the carpet and make them do what they are hired to do for us. And I don't have that issue. I will advocate to remove a black person as quickly as I would a white person if at the end of the day the community is not benefiting by that person being in the job. Too long we have been just happy with having a black person in a position, and the community gets nothing. They get a great salary, a great pension, they get great benefits, and community gets nothing. Those days are over when Richard Ryles becomes County Commissioner in District 7. I'm going to hold everybody to the same standard, whether they be black or white. If the black community, and when I say black community, I'm talking about the diaspora. If the black community is not benefiting from them being in that seat, they got to go. And I'm going to be the first one, and then I'm going to have all my Haitian cab drivers and you and 50 more behind me talking about it's time for them to go?
Whether it be the Haitian community, the community at large have suffered quite a while, and not just because of lack of knowledge, but because sometimes we wait in the background. We say, well, I've elected Richard Ryles, and I expect him to see my problem. What can we, the people, do to make sure that Richard Ryles, Commissioner Richard Ryles, stay on top of things? What do you expect him to do for you to make sure that you are on top of things?
That's an excellent question. I just read a book called Black AF History, the Unwhitewashed History of America. And at the end of slavery, at the end of the Civil War, the General Sherman, who burned down the South and was the victorious general, went to 20 black leaders and asked them what they needed in order to be able to survive in America. And they told him three things. One, we need land. Right now, people can't buy a house. And so we need to make it so that they can own a home, because a home is the first step to generational wealth. Two, they needed education. We need to make sure that our ECE kids are getting all of the benefits necessary in order for them to be able to compete in American schools. And number three, they needed to vote. But the one thing that they didn't say that I have assessed that we need is not only the vote, but we need to hold the people who we vote for accountable. We need to show up to the county commission, to the city commission meetings. We need to tell the people who we elect and hold them accountable for the promises they made when they were out here trying to get elected. And when they don't do the things that they were trying to, they told you that they were going to do when they got elected, remove them as quickly as you put them there. That's what the community has to do. And what I intend to do is help organize the community so that it can respond, to assist the county commissioner, the city commissioner, by showing up, by being organized, by knowing what the county and city commissioner can and cannot do. But being organized is the only way we won the Haitian Revolution. It's the only way you win any war. We can't elect a person and then not show up anymore, not keep and stay involved. And so I would hope that I can keep people motivated and involved, and in the next generation, make them know that they have to be involved, and we keep it moving like that. That's the only way that I can be effective. Is that when the only times I've seen the county commission do what black folks want them to do is when we fill the chambers.
And we haven't been in the chambers.
We haven't been in the chambers. We don't even
anymore.
go to the chambers.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is SALUSA. This is the MIH. And my guest today is Richard A. Ryles, a candidate for County Commission, District 7. As you have heard at the beginning of this interview, Richard and I, we've got a past. We've struggled along that path together in terms of bringing the best to the Haitian community, and that path continues to move on. And I don't think I've gone through any issues and not make a phone call and say, Rich, what do you think I should do in this situation? And he's always said, I'm going to call you back on that one. If he doesn't know, I will call you back. I'm going to get an answer, and I'm going to call you back. Or he would say, calm down. This is what do you call it? This is whitewash. Don't worry about it.
Right.
Let the wind take this one away. So I can tell you kindly that he's a good consultant for the community, and when he is in power, the community will find what they need. With that being said, education. We say we haven't filled up the room. We've voted a lot of times, and what I hear out there when I'm talking to people in the street is that, oh, m toujou vote pou moun sa yo, lem fin vote pou yon ba jam mwen yo anko. Let me go back and say that. I'm going to say it in English. I have voted for these people. Once I'm done voting for them, I don't see them anymore. Yes, you don't see them because they are in their offices working for you. When was the last time that you, forget filling up the chambers, do you know that county commissioners get 3 assistants to listen to your needs. 3 assistants. That means if you go to his office, he's not there, assistant number 1, assistant number 2, assistant number 3 should take on your gripe, whatever it is that you need. It may not be a gripe, it may just need support that you need. You understand? And when do you do that? If you don't take it to the elected official, they will not know that you're in need. We want to make sure that we all know exactly. And as I'm asking right now, how can we better educate the people about what they need to do to keep their business intact? What they need to do, because the county itself is huge. I don't know if you've ever driven through Palm Beach County. If you ever taken the time to drive from one end of Palm Beach County to all the way over to Okeechobee. By the way, on one end it's Okeechobee, and the other side it's all Palm Beach County. Palm Beach County touches Okeechobee along the lake, and then we go all the way back to Pahokee, inside Belle Glade, all the way over to South Bay, Pewitt, all the way up to close to Clewiston, where the sign says "Welcome to Clewiston," and then come back down all the way down on 27, very close to State Road 75. That's all Palm Beach County. Understand, a lot of that land is Duda and Son, Evergreen, all these big companies, billion-dollar companies that are right here in this county, whether it be corn, pepper, sugar, all of that is being grown right here in Palm Beach County. When was the last time that you say, hey, you know what, we can do better as a community? Let's talk together with our elected officials. The elected official does not have to invite you. You can always create an event, just like you have church every Sunday. Create an event and bring the elected official to your church. After church, I know you guys have to pray, but save some time and have a meal with the elected official. That way you can say, hey, this is what we need. We have 5 business owners. What kind of businesses is this county doing that this community can benefit? How many of us in here happen to have a lawn business, and the county needs people who are in the lawn industry just to cut the grass, just to keep the county abreast? How many of us are into construction, and the county happens to have contracts coming in? But most of us, we don't even know how to become a vendor with the county. So again, this is what I'm hearing from Richard. Richard's saying to you, listen, don't just let us be an elected official, but come to the doorstep and bring what you need to us so we can speak to you.
What I'm also saying, though, SALUSA, is that I intend to create leadership councils in the south, in the central part of the county, and in the north.
Your district is very big. It starts from the south all the way up
from
to
Lake Park to Delray, from North Lake to Linton. Okay, straight down I-95. And so I'm going to have leadership councils, which are going to have not only Haitians, but African American, Jamaican leaders, with
Dominicans,
black folks.
with independent, yeah.
Okay, black folks.
No, because that's what
Right.
that district. Listen, in case you're watching this show, you're like, this man's only talking about black people. Well, no, he's talking about the district that he represents.
Right.
His job as a commissioner is not to go astray, go out of his district and say, go up to Jupiter and say, hey, the people in Jupiter needs X, Y, and Z. If you go to his office, you say the people in Jupiter need X, Y, and Z, he will go over and say, let me take you to the office of your commissioner so that he can. You have to understand politics.
Right.
This is what this show is about. Making it happen is about educating people and understanding what we have to do. So this is where I wanted to take this conversation. What is our district? Where does it start? And who lives within our district? Where are we? How do we travel in our district?
It goes from Lake Park, North Lake, all the way down to Linton. It
Lake Park to the water.
no, Lake Park to Broadway.
To Broadway.
Right.
To Broadway.
Back over to Congress.
Okay.
Straight down. It's kind of a.
It's a zigzag.
Yeah, you go to the Beeline.
To Beeline or Blue Heron.
Yeah.
And then go take Beeline
to the Hyperlux. So
to Haverhill. To Haverhill.
All the way down to Okeechobee.
Okay.
And then it comes to Okeechobee, and it goes to Belvedere. Stops at Belvedere.
Wait. On Okeechobee, it goes to Military.
Right.
To Military, and then go down to Belvedere.
Right. And it stops at Belvedere. Picks back up in the last two streets in.
So all of Westgate.
Yeah.
All of Gramercy Park.
Gramercy Park.
All of the
Chillingsworth
Indian Trail.
Right.
Indian Pines over there. The golf course over north of 45th.
Right.
Everyone who lives on the west side of I-95 and east of Military.
Right.
If you're right in there all the way down to Belvedere.
Right.
Okay, so we're up to Belvedere now.
And all the way to Flagler.
Okay, all the way to Flagler.
So we have downtown. And then we skip all the way to the last two streets in, I forgot the streets in Lake Worth, but we have South Palm Beach and we have Hyperlux.
If you live on the south side of Belvedere, you're now in District 3.
Right.
You're no longer in District 7.
Right.
So if you have a need, you come in, he will tell you, hey, go see Commissioner
Weiss.
Commissioner Weiss, and if you're a little bit further, because that
Barnett,
is split between Barnett and Weiss, he'll tell you which part, if you live in Weiss or if you live in Barnett.
Right.
And all of that, there is a map that tells you where you live, who's your commissioner. You need to know that. And then your district starts again at the bottom end of Lake Worth, which is the tip of Lantana. On the south side.
And then goes all the way to Linton, east of 95 to US 1, all the way to Linton.
So if you live in Boynton, Lantana, Delray, and you're watching this show right now, and you know from Linton on Federal Highway and coming up all the way over to Lantana.
Right.
That's your district. That's District 7. This is who you would go to. Formerly, Mac Bernard's district.
Right.
All right. So just so you have an idea, because Mac Bernard is now termed out, and we're moving into the new term.
Yeah,
and
he can't run anymore.
He can't run. The term out meaning he can't run anymore. Right. He's now running for state senate.
He is the state senate.
He is the state senate because no one he was unopposed.
Right.
No one. I mean, made it up there in time to sign up their papers. So just to let you know what we're going into, so that way you have an idea how to address this. If you're watching this show, this is this is what you do right now. Before the election, start asking questions, just like I'm asking questions, just like anybody else can ask questions. You're welcome to walk up to any of the candidates and say, hey, what can you do for our community?
Right.
You're not asking in prejudice.
No.
You're asking in with knowledge.
Right.
This is asking with knowledge.
Our tax dollars have to benefit our communities just like everyone else's tax dollars benefit their communities. That's all I'm saying.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, this is the MIH. I am yours truly, the one and only, SALUSA. My guest is Richard A. Ryles, and he is running for County Commission District 7. Please remember to vote. Election is on August 20th, all right? And remember to register to vote in case you did not register before. If you have moved, you still have a few more days, 29 days before the election. You can still go in and change your address and do all the changes that you need to.
Right.
All right, and that time is approaching very soon. So please remember to do everything you need to do. If you need to have your ballot sent to you at home, that way you don't have to rush and you can vote early and you can vote by mail. All right, please do so. Go to the supervisor of election and ask for that. And I'm hoping to have the supervisor of election come in here pretty soon so we can have a conversation. But nonetheless, remember, August 20th, Richard Ryles, please do me a favor. Make your ask right now and let the people know what to expect of you for August 20th, after the election.
We would hope that and pray that we can earn your vote so that we can see a new day in Palm Beach County, so that we can have a true representative, a true servant leader that represents the interests of everyone, especially those from the diaspora.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you heard here today and you are one of the people going out to vote, please remember, take the time and vote Richard A. Ryles, District 7 County Commissioner. And this is my show for today. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be with you. It's a pleasure to always bring the next candidate to the platform. Thank you, sir.
Thank
Appreciate
you. Have a good day.